Williams Funeral Service serve you with dignity and compassion as you mourn. Every day, we embark on the journey of life, and one day, the journey will end. It's on that day that you can entrust the celebration of life of your loved ones to David Williams Funeral Service. Call 718-291-3823.
Yeah! You gotta be firm in this time. Yes, riders, welcome to the ride. Welcome to Monday on the ride. Yeah, man, welcome to Monday on the ride. How you guys doing? Yeah. Yes. What a long weekend. What a long weekend. Let me see if everybody's hearing me fine. If you come in and you hear me fine, I want you to share it and say, I share. Just hit that share button right there. I'm doing the same thing as well on my end. So both of us we're working together on this one. Ah boy, let me tell you something. I had a long weekend. Very long weekend. I don't know why the weekend seems so long. I know why. No, I know why. It was a long weekend because I missed you guys. Yeah, I missed you guys. Because I was supposed to come in on Friday, but we had some issues on Friday, so I didn't get to come in. And then I didn't see you guys Saturday and then Sunday. And look. All of this. All of this, man. It's been a long time. How you doing? Yvonne, how you doing? Lovable, how you doing? Reginald Amade, how you doing? Big up yourself, guys. Share up the program as I'm doing right now. Share up the thing as I'm doing right now. And say, I share. Alright, listen. I ain't starting the program until I see about 100 shares. I'm not starting until I see about 100 shares. Straight up. Alright, so you guys gotta start the sharing. Douglas, Sharon, how you doing? Big up yourself. Big up. Hold on, let me share. There's a couple pages that I need to share it on. Share it on here. Alright, there's one more place. I gotta do it right there. Yes.
Everything after Ahmed right now.
Hey, how you doing, Tessa?
On this battlefield.
Yeah, original Courtney, how you doing? Thank you so much for locking us down. Big up yourself. Yes. Yes. Everybody. Where all your days? Share up the thing. Hey, Vernice, how you doing? Big up yourself. Welcome to the ride. I gotta see more share on this. Hey, Vernice, share. Yes, I see you. Guys, today's program is kinda different. Today's program is, yes, it's kinda different. Alright? Because we hear, in the past month or so, we've been having and hearing a lot of stories involving domestic abuse, right? Very few, I think it was one or twice before, we actually had a domestic abuse story where we have the man, the male is coming forth, right? And this man is not just coming forth to share his story about what's happening to him. No, he's sharing a very crazy story that happened to him for an extended period of time, dating back all the way down, probably back before you guys was even born, up until now. So it's still affecting his life now, right? And whenever we get these stories, because I just always tell my producer Lois, right? We have to get more men to come and share their story. Now this guy, let me bring him on. Let me see if I could bring him on. Today he's joining us via video because we had some connection problems getting his audio up. So you guys will not see him, but nevertheless you are going to hear him. Oh, Lydia James, you don't get big up. Lydia James, I'm going to say it 100 times. Lydia James. Lydia James. How you doing, Lydia James? How you doing, Lydia James? I always bigger you up, Lydia James. Why are you saying? Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that, Lydia? Thank you for sharing. Right. So he's joining us today to share a story and to why he think that his wife, ex-wife, is possessed. Let me bring him on. This one is crazy, guys. Brace all yourself for this one, because this one, it ain't regular. I also got to big up Unstoppable, because he also appeared on Unstoppable, our neighbor program there, and he actually wanted to expand the reach, so we brought him on here to share his story. So let's bring him on the program right now. Could you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Loud and clear. And I thank you for, chatting with us. I thank you for taking the time to explain the situation to us, because it's a serious story. It's a serious story, and after I heard it on Unstoppable, I said, no. We have to bring you on here. We have to let the Ride Along audience chime in and hear your story. So we thank you for accepting the invitation to come and join us on Ride Along. How are you doing today, sir? Hey, introduce yourself to the audience. They're listening.
Well, I just want to tell my story. I don't want to really give my name out at the moment.
You know what? So what name do you want us to identify you by? What name do you want us to call you?
You can just call me Herman.
Herman. All right, we call you Herman for today. Herman.
Yeah.
Herman, this is what I'm going to do. Your story, I'm going to just, as you did, I'm going to just let you speak from the beginning of this story here, and I will listen. And if I find at any point in time I want to interject, or the viewers post a particular question, I'm going to stop you there and ask the question. All right?
Okay.
Because it's a roller coaster. Herman, tell us from the beginning how this whole thing started. Go right ahead, Herman.
Well, what happened is I about 1981, I was in Jamaica and I met a young lady. Well, she was a little bit younger than I am, and I really didn't want to do it, but her father and my father were friends, and they made it happen in 1986.
Right.
So I brought her up, and she came and lived into the house that I purchased.
Okay.
From prior to the marriage. It was all right until after she had my son. And after that, everything just started going downhill. She would meet me in the house on the weekends and foaming at the mouth and spitting on me and kneeling down on me in the chair, and I just couldn't understand what was going on. And that would go on for like about 4 hours out of the day. Hold
on. Let me interject a little bit. When you say she kneeling on you and fuming at the mouth, what exactly you mean?
I mean, I don't know how to put it. If it's a playful way or it was just some kind of a craziness. I didn't know. I can't tell why she would behave that way. But it progressively got worse to the point where she would call me at work, and if she don't get me, she'd say I'm gone out with some other woman, and it just problems. I would come in the house in the evenings. I come in through the front door, and I have to run out the back door. This went on so much that my neighbor, She looked at me and she said that woman is a possessed woman because that kind of behavior is not normal.
Right.
Uh,
So Homan, hold on again, Homan. Hold on again, Homan. Did she behave that way during the period of time before you guys was married, when you was courting and when you guys were just friends?
I tell you what, my friend, she was the nicest person you could ever meet. But after she got with me and get up into my house, she turned on me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but let me skip all that part of it. What was happening there is that the police start coming to my house every day because of our behavior. And in those days, we didn't have cell phone; it was the house phone.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as you take up the phone and dial 911, you don't even have to say anything. The police was at your house.
Mm-hmm.
And so they kept coming to the house until finally they said to me, look, we can't keep coming here. You have to go divorce her. Get rid of her. So I cut off all that part. Let's go to the divorce now.
Mm-hmm.
What happened is,
Before we get to the divorce, Herman, before you get to the divorce, I want to take it kind of slow because we have a lot of viewers that they want to ask questions and I don't want them to lose out any piece of it, right? So we have Winsome who's
Right.
asking, what was the age difference? You said that she was a little younger than you. What was the age difference? And we also have Lydia that's saying, how long after you guys was married that this started to happen?
how long it was about it was about 3 years afterward. That's because that's when she had we had our first child.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And to win some question was, what was the age difference between you and her?
The age difference was like at the time we got married, I was 43 and she was 27.
Okay, so she was a younger girl. Okay, all right. So
Yes.
go ahead, man. We're listening.
Yes. So anyway, I cannot explain to you why her behavior was like that. I honestly cannot explain. But I can tell you of the scary things that happened to me. You know, like if she see I have a lead crown, a glass crown on the shelf, she didn't like the thing because it's a clown, and she smashed it up. She came in the bedroom. This was one frightening time when she came in the bedroom one night and said she wanted to talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you want to talk about? She scratched her head, put her hand on her head as if she's scratching her head, and from the back of her neck, she came out with a meat chopper and came after me with it. And I had to coax her and beg her, please, don't do that. So I took up a pillow to shield myself. And finally, she put the meat chopper down.
But
That was that night.
But Homan, why is she acting so erratic? It's just that, was it that she was just crazy? Was she upset? Were you doing something that upsetted her? What was the catalyst for she acting like that?
She was very jealous. And jealous about what I don't know, because I would leave work in the mornings and I come back in the evening at the same time, but she's always accusing me of having a woman.
Oh.
And there was no such thing like that, and it hurt me until this day to bear that when I wasn't doing that.
So so in your head that she was acting like that because she was accusing you of being with another woman.
Yes, but not. She didn't only accuse me of being with another woman. She accused me of being with my own aunt, my mother's sister.
Oh.
She accused me of being with her mother. When her mother came by to visit her, I caught that mother downstairs in the basement one day, and I had to go down there and separate them. She didn't want her mother around me. and this is all the things that it created a lot of problems. Then I would, like I say, come in the evening through the front door, out the back door I would go. She come out there with the rum bottle, she put the rum in her mouth and spraying the rum all over the place and throwing the bottle. All kind of crazy things I go through. She would tell me in her own words, she say, I'm gonna terrorize you. She would go with a hand bar and she said she's gonna knock out every window in the car, which she never did do that, but she threatened to do it. Anyway, the final time when the police came to the house, she came after me with a table knife. And I pick up the phone and call the police again. This time when the police came, I guess they believed me because they saw how scared I was. I was really scared, I'm not lying. And they took her away. They took her away and put her in the lockup. Now she have a court date and she had to go to the district court. The district court put her out, tell her she had 5 days to leave the premises. She left the premises, as said, and then she went and got her own apartment. During all this, she's coming back to me and paying the apartment rent for her. Still trying to help her. However, let's jump now and go to the divorce, because I finally decided it wasn't gonna work, so I had to go to get the divorce.
Yeah, but let me ask you another question before we get to the divorce part. If she did all of this stuff at this point in time, she pulled a knife at you, she's acting and she's spewing all kind of thing out of her mouth, she's fighting with you, all those things. Why didn't you think of divorcing her then? Like what was the icing on the cake that make you decide, yo, I can't deal with this no more? Because all the other stuff that you explained to me, that sounds pretty bad. Somebody was going to get hurt.
It don't sound pretty bad. It is bad. I was leery. I'm going to tell you this now openly. I want everybody to listen to me carefully what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was really leery about going to file for a divorce. I did not want to go through a divorce. Because in the neighborhood where I live, the people would always say, that courthouse up there, don't go up there, you're not going to get any justice. So I was aware of it in a way that, but I didn't know it was going to be this bad.
But for your sanity, and just to preserve life, it seemed like she wanted to kill you.
Yes. Yes, she said it at one point. She said they're going to find both of us dead in that house one day. She said that. I was really scared for my life.
Gail is asking. After
I go through all that,
right,
and then the system that's supposed to protect me, they turn around and turn on me and destroy me.
Yes. And I want to get to that because we hear a lot of times, we don't hear a lot of men speak out about the domestic violence, what happened to them, right? Gail is saying that, it wasn't a question, she's saying that this man sung like he do no wrong, like he's the victim. Like the women, I say, come on, you probably have done something to this woman. This woman just started to act all erratic and started to do all of that stuff, and it was over just an accusation that she couldn't even verify or validate. Like the women are saying it had to be something else. Is there anything else to this story that would cause her to be so erratic? You think?
The only thing I can say is that I cannot explain why she get like that.
Right.
I honestly cannot. I have no explanation why she get like that. Several times I sit her down and I ask her, what is going on? Why are you like this? Let me tell you one thing that happened. I tried to get her to get mental help, and she wouldn't go. She said because I'm gonna use it against her.
Mm. Did you think that it's like
And
postpartum? Did you think that it was
that
postpartum?
also came up in a court hearing one day.
Did you think that it was postpartum after she had the child and she was going through this? Well, I guess she was never diagnosed. But
Well, I honestly don't know. I don't know what it is because I have, you know, I even say to my attorney that I don't understand why she's behaving like that, and I just don't get anywhere with it. Let me say this to you,
Right.
and I want people to listen careful to what I'm saying.
right,
I became a victim in this thing only because I am the breadwinner, only because they can get money from me. That's the real victim.
mm-hmm. Explain. Go ahead. Go and talk about the divorce portion of it.
Okay. Now I went and I filed for a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
The first judge that had the first hearing, he he awarded me the custody of the child because when she was put out of the house by the district court,
Mm-hmm.
the child was with me, and she could not take the child. When she moved out the house, she could not take the child because the circuit court awarded me custody of the child.
Okay.
So the child was with me from, I have to say, day of birth until after he became a man, finished high school and gone.
Right.
However, the first judge that did the divorce, and I want everybody to listen carefully the trick in this thing, what they do to get your money. He did not recommend for me to go to the family, for her to go to the family court. He says that was held off for further hearing.
Right.
So it went for about the divorce was finalized in 1996, and the child support issue did not come up until the year 2000. So no child support amount was set
Right.
at that time. So now what happened now in 2000 is when the child, but before I go to the child support section, I must go to the divorce. The
Yeah.
judge ordered
Right.
that she used to get a portion of it was about $16,000
Mm-hmm.
that I was to pay her. This was what she was entitled to since she lived with me for a 10-year period. Actually, it was 7 years, but they held the divorce until 10 years to give her a 10-year period. As soon as the 10-year came in, they did the divorce. Okay. In 1998, she went and filed all over again because she says I didn't pay her the $16,000. I couldn't have paid her the money. I gave her $5,000, and I sold her. As soon as the house is sold, she'll get the rest. I was selling the home.
Yeah, but
But she didn't wait for that. She went back and she got this lawyer,
Hold on again,
and this is like the divorce was done all over again.
That is crazy. But hold on again. I don't want to lose the viewers. I want to take it meticulously slow here. You
Yeah.
said about the child support. Princess Lee is asking the question, which I was thinking as well. Why child support if you have custody? And go back a little bit again. Someone was asking. I think I saw it, but I lost it. Someone said it anyway, to the effect that, man, this song's crazy. Like they're saying like it's something. It's something in the matter besides the pestle in what they say. They're trying to catch on to the story. She just started to act erratic, right? Right after you guys got together, and doing all sorts of craziness. Want to chap you, alleging that you're messing with her mother, her aunt, sorry, alleging that you're messing with all these people, and everything just started to go haywire, right? Police coming there all the time. She want to kill you. And essentially what you're saying is that she was doing all of this because she wanted to go after the money, your money for the house?
No. I think we have to separate it.
Okay.
I don't think she had in mind that she was gonna go after the money. No.
Okay.
The money issue was done by the lawyer.
Okay.
She was just acting crazy, and what happened, because she is a crazy person, the lawyers pick up on that and they use her.
But what about the law? What about the law? Especially with the child support thing. Why you have to pay child support if you are the one that's taking care of the child?
Well, you know what, my friend? Anybody want to find this out, the record is there in the courthouse, and I'll say this to you. If you go on that court file right now, because I went up there and I viewed it, you will see where the first judge gave me custody. Somebody went there and they crossed off that custody and they put joint legal. How can they change something like that without an hearing?
Mm-hmm.
It's there. Anybody doubting me, the court records will explain everything, because in a way, what they did to me, I exposed them, and they don't know they're exposed. I exposed them because I paid child support to the lawyer. That's where the court took it from my salary, and they sent it to the lawyer's office. It didn't go to the child. The child, I couldn't even provide lunch money for him. I have these records here. The school writing me that they have to provide lunch for the child because I couldn't give him lunch money. Mm-hmm. While the court is taking out $344 every week from me for child support and sending it to the lawyer.
That's crazy.
And this is what I am saying. I don't care what anybody want to say. The record is there in the court. What I am saying, they can go and it will be verified. I want this. The reason I'm speaking out is not money I'm looking. I don't lose that already. And I lived through it. Many have said to me they don't know how I survived that. But I survived because God wants me to survive. I want to I'm doing this because I want other men to hear and I want other women to hear. I want my people not to go through what I went through. It's not nice.
Right.
Right now, I am in Florida. And it's 22 years since that child support issue. Mm-hmm. And that same lawyer put a lien on my house. Right now, the lien is on my property for $2,000 worth of attorney fees. I will get to that. What is it? Why this lawyer is on me for so long?
So did the divorce got finalized, correct?
Yes, it did.
Right. So the divorce got finalized. She got a percentage of the house. Did you pay her off the percentage of the house? And how did she get? So she got everything that was due to her. That was mandated by the court.
Yes. Yes.
So if that is the case, and she got what she have to get, and the divorce is final, that's it. End of story. Right?
Okay. But it didn't end there because what we're dealing here is big time corruption, my friend. And as we speak along here, and you get it in pieces, you will see what I'm saying. It's big time corruption.
Mm.
I did not. Can you imagine me paying? Listen to this now.
Right.
During the time that I'm paying this child support, this lawyer is filing for visitation because I deliberately held the child away from her to expose them. And he did. If you go on the court file, you'll see that. So many times he's writing up motion for her to get her visitation, motion for her to get. Why is she asking for visitation if she's getting child support? And all this motion that was filed, it never go in the courthouse. It never go before the judge, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
But it's on the record. Now, on my job, after I retire, I didn't know all this was going on. I got some retirement buyout money, and until this day, I don't get any of that money because she has put a claim on that money too, which is $70,000. Now I do not know where that money is going. It's gone because the job tell me that I've been married to her for 21 years and no such thing. And this is what I went back to court for in 2019 to correct that, and the court refused to hear it.
But isn't that verifiable? Hold on one second. Put a pause right there. Let me bring everyone back up to speed. Guys, you're watching Ride Along Live. We're speaking to Herman. If you missed the first part of the program, Herman explained to us why he think that getting into this relationship was a big mess, and why he think that his ex-wife was possessed. She acted in a kind of way which he deemed like she was like deranged or possessed. Some neighbors said that she was possibly possessed because how she used to fratter the mouth and how she used to get on and how she used to act up, right? So based on what he's saying, he even did in another interview, which probably, Herman, you could interject here. You said that she's a monster. I didn't think. Yeah, you had explained in a previous interview that you think she was she was like a monster.
Listen, most definitely. Listen, the amount of things that happened to me, we don't have enough time to talk about all that. And of course, if I tell you more stories, I'm giving it to you in pieces. But what I'm saying is true.
Right. So and why it's important that I wanted to hear Herman's story, and for a lot of people, I see people saying they're lost, they're confused about it, but if you follow the whole from the beginning, you'll kind of get it, right? There's a lot of instances where when we do Ride Along, we hear a lot of stories from the other side, right, where we have women talking about this type of things happening to them, and very rarely we have a situation where a man stands up and speak about abuse happening on his end. Now Herman is taking this up because he feel like it's corruption. What happened to him was as bad as you could make it, and he got into a relationship with someone who he deemed basically was possessed or a monster. He had to divorce and go through the process, and in the process of doing that, he ended up losing a lot of money. Up to a point like today, he has a lien on his property based on what transpired about 20-something years ago, right? So just try to follow it, guys. So Herman, go ahead, talk to us about some of the other things that was done, that why you deemed her a monster.
Well, if I'll put it this way, she's not alone in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you about 1999. I remember these dates out of my head. My company announced that they were gonna give us like $3,500 per profit sharing check.
Right.
As soon as that was announced, that lawyer sued me for $3,500 attorney's fees. I went to court that day, and I can remember exactly the date. It was March 17th, 1999.
Mm-hmm.
I went before the judge, and this lawyer went in court. He didn't have one piece of paper in front of him to show the court or anything. All he did is tell that judge that I owe him $3,500 and I didn't pay him. This is not my lawyer. This is her lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
So the judge looked at him and he says, well, okay, I won't give you $3,500. I'll give you 2/3 of that. Listen good what he's saying now. Listen good what that judge say. I'll give you 2/3 of that. The judge looked at me after he awarded him 2/3 of that money and said to me, what do you have to say? So I said, why do you ask me that now? I said, you have already made your decision. And I said, he who steals me of my purse steals trash. And he who steals me of my good name steals something. Mm-hmm. Well, the courtroom burst out laughing. I guess that angered the judge, but I didn't care. I didn't have any respect for him now because I know what kind of court I was in. No, I made a complaint to the Attorney Grievance Commission about that action. The attorney responded by saying that he did not tell the judge $3,500. He said he told the judge $2,400. He didn't say the judge. No, he said the judge did not say 2/3 of that. The judge awarded him $2,400. That's a lie. If you check on the court file right now, that March 17, 1999, there's no record of me being in court on that day. But there's a record will show up on that court file that I was in another judge's courtroom. Listen to me, people. Listen to corruption. I'm telling you, I'm not lying. I have been fighting with this thing here. I've had the other lawyers say they're not going up to that court because they know what they do. They're not going to take that case. This is how ugly it is.
So as it stands right now, right, Herman, what is the current situation as it relates to the monies for the house, the monies? I know that you said that you have a lien on your property right now and any monies owed to her. Was all of that settled and taken care of?
This is something new. This lien on my property down here in Florida is something new. Let me tell you where that come from. In 2019, I went back to court in Michigan to have them correct the incorrect divorce paper. Not the divorce paper. The divorce paper is showing that we were married for 10 years. But my job is showing that I am married to her for 21 years. And this is what is allowing her to get more pension money from me. And also, it has denied me from getting my $70,000 that was awarded to me. So I paid another lawyer $2,000 he took from me to take the matter in court. He also hooked me up with another lawyer that was supposed to write up the documents. He charged me $600. I paid all those money. But when the matter gets in front of the court again, the same lawyer that has been doing all this to me, he came up with something and he blocked it. After he blocked it, he now come after me now for $2,000 for attorney's fees for him for going to court that day. And I decided I'm not going to pay it, and he put a lien on my property down here in Florida for it.
So that lien thing is a completely different story. The lien is because he figured that he did work and he didn't get compensated, so he put lien for the monies that was owed to him for his work, legitimately.
Right.
So that's a whole totally different story. As it stands right now, what is the situation with your wife, with your ex-wife? What is the current situation right now?
Well, I don't know. Right now I am not in contact with her. I mean, she has destroyed my life. I'm not in contact with her, and I don't want to be in contact with her. But what my intention or what I would like to do or what I'm trying to do here is to make people aware of what go on in the court system.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was done to me, she could not have done that alone by herself. Why do I have to pay that lawyer? And when I gave him that check for that $28,000 in 1999, with the check, and instead of cashing the check, he exchanged it for.
Hold on, guys. We haven't.
That cashier's check is not on the court file.
Right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's what he did. And so he's hiding. They're hiding. They're hiding the fact that I gave them that money. When he take the check, the personal check, and go to the bank and take the count in a cashier check. Do you see what he's doing? He's hiding from the IRS.
Let me read some of the. Go ahead, finish up, and then I'll read some of the posts and take some calls, because there's a lot of people who is going through this and understanding it, and a lot of people are just they have like story fatigue, right? Because they want to know why all of this things that's happening, and it seems like it's pointed to an attack, a direct attack on you. So everything that is happening here is a blatant attack on you, and it hit you financially. It's a financial hit.
because let me explain to you how the system works there. If I am the one that the lawyers can get the money from, I am the one that is wrong. Don't care what I do, I am wrong, and so they can get the money from me.
Right.
It's the way the system is set up.
Right. Do you think that it's set up in a way to put men at a disadvantage, based on your experience in this particular instant?
Definitely, because one lawyer counterfile the child support issue, and that same very lawyer went and blocked it. He said my wife should be the one to pay me child support. Well, when that went in the family court, that lawyer went up there and he blocked it. And the reason why he blocked it is because $344 every week would not be going to him anymore. So I paid to that lawyer for 2.5, 3 years almost, $344 every week. Every week, what I'm saying, people, listen to me, I'm not lying. This is why they damage me like this. It's to steal my money. The school where my son was going to, they were writing me letters every day because I couldn't give the child lunch money. It is very deep. I'm telling you, I would like to expose the system.
Right.
Maybe I'm not explaining it the way everybody want to hear it, but what I'm saying is true.
Right. In retrospect, right? In retrospect, because they say hindsight is always 20/20. You know, you look back on things and you could see everything that you could have done different or better, or all the mistake that you make and all the things that you should have done and not done. What are some of the things that you think that could have been done differently? Because there are people that watching that probably don't want to end up in the same position that you end up in right now. You lost so much financially and otherwise. What is your biggest takeaway?
The first thing I would never do again if I had to do it all over is go into the courthouse in Oakland County, Michigan, and file for any kind of a divorce or any kind of a thing. No. I want nothing. As long as I live, I want nothing to do with courthouse anymore. And I'll tell you what, I bought a car in 2011, and the car was a lemon. They delivered the brand new car to me with defective brake. And I refuse to take the matter up as a lemon law or go to court. I want nothing to do with the unjust court anymore. And you know what I did with that car? I gave it up. I gave it back to a dealer, and I have nothing to do with that car again, and I lose all that money.
Right.
So I've been losing right and left.
Right.
Just so not to go to court, because I can't get justice in court. I can't deal with that.
Yeah. Come on, listen. I think that there are still some pockets of air pockets that I need to really understand completely, because there are some kind of missing. I know always not enough to tell me the whole story, but I'm not dived into the full extent as to why all of this stuff targeted you from the beginning to the end. There are some pockets of things I don't understand, and the viewers as well. And I think that probably with more time we probably could have explored and go through other things.
Listen to me. Listen to me, my friend. I used to work for one of the big three auto company. And when a lawyer go in court and tell his corrupt judge friend that this man is making more than $1,000 a week and he can pay child support, that just griped my belly out when I hear him say that in the courthouse. And that's from him telling his friend that. That's what it ended up me paying $344 a week to a lawyer. I didn't pay child support for my child. My child never get one penny out of that money because he lived with me. He never get a penny out of it. It all went to the lawyer's office.
That's what I don't understand either. I don't understand how that could happen. That part they have me kind of. I got to see that paperwork. Well, it's crazy.
This is what I'm trying to bring out in the public, because people do not, and they can't believe it. They cannot believe it because it don't look like there's something happened. Yes, I'm telling you, they don't want. The family matter is corrupt. They don't want everybody to know what they're doing. They're corrupt. They're destroying people in the courthouse.
You have the air of men that's watching right now, and you've been through this terrible situation, a lot of different things. What advice you wanna say to first the men that's watching right now, as to not to make some of the same mistake that you made?
Well, when you're gonna marry somebody, try to get somebody on the same frequency with you. Don't get anybody lower than you, because they're going to only come into your life and drag you down. That's what happened to me.
Okay.
But listen, by the help of God, they damaged me bad. But if you see me today, you would wonder how I survive all that.
Well, you're bouncing back and thing, right?
I'm not bouncing back. I bounce back.
You bounce back, right? That is important.
I bounce back. I mean, I remember a co-worker and a friend of mine. He said to me one time, "Many men that go through what you go through, they fall. They never come back. How do you survive it?"
Right. And the last thing I want to ask you, Adeline George is asking, did you have receipt for all this payment and stuff that you made as well?
Oh, you know what? When they were taking the money from me, I wouldn't get no receipt. The receipt would come from my. They didn't allow me.
But you have bank statements that the money was paid, right? It? If a transaction occurred,
hold on. I'm gonna answer it. The pay stub.
Right.
I should still have some of those pay stubs around.
Right.
But on top of that, listen to this part now. When they were taking that money from me, I couldn't figure it out. It had me puzzled for a while why I was even paying child support. So I would go to the court office and get a printout. And I have the printout from the court office.
Right.
That shows all this payment every week, $344 every week. And the court office send it to the address at the lawyer's address. I don't want to give his address over the year.
Right, no.
Or his name.
No, that's fine.
Yes.
That's fine.
But if anybody in the Michigan area, I will give you an hint. You see the movie guy that is in California now that they have him for this harassing the ladies. It was two of them. He and Bill Cosby. Well, the other one that is in California now is his namesake.
What I have to do? What happened to him?
The name of the lawyer that is doing all this to me,
all right.
He's using the same name as that lawyer that is in California. As the movie guy.
Right. Okay, I got you. You don't want to say name, but you just want to put it out there in a technical way. I understand.
Yes.
I understand. All right, Homan, listen. I wish you. I mean, you bounce back. So you're here telling the story and to a lot of men of how the court would treat you. Now, I heard a lot of different people speak about this privately, and there are some truth to the fact that a lot of times when men go to court, they get the harsher end of the stick. I heard it before. I've heard even a guy did a documentary on it that he shared with me where he outlined the different things and how the court treated him, much different and much harsher than they did in the case of the woman. So I understand, and I thank you for brave enough to come in and speak with us here and sharing your part of the story. We appreciate you, Homan. Go ahead.
Hold on, before you go. This is the part that I want to tell you.
Right.
I did not know how much child support was because it wasn't set until 3 years later. So the child support was set at $70 a week. That's the actual child support. The reason I had to pay $344 is that I'm paying back child support.
Oh, okay. All right. So you was paying back, which is funny because the child was staying with you.
Right. But the thing is, when I did the calculation, if the child support was $70 a week from the day one, and if I did owe child support, then when I did the calculation, it came to $13,640 at $70 a week. But when I went before the court said you owe $20,000. That $20,000 seems to be a magic number that they give a lot of men. Everybody is $20,000. Do the research, you'll see what I'm saying.
Yeah, Richard here is saying that he went through this for 25 years. She tried to destroy him, but she didn't succeed. So there are some men that are verifying that some of the things do happen to them in court as it relates to child support. But the confusing part of this, Homan, is if the child is staying with you at that point in time and you're taking care of the child, why you have to pay child support? That I don't get.
Well, listen, it is simple. It is simple what I'm saying. Listen good. Why is the reason why they delay it and let the child support stay for 3 years before they come after me? It is so that they can get big money.
Right.
Now, when they say I owe $20,000, when I finish paying that, I pay $28,000 because there are fees involved in that and interest and all that kind of thing that they charge me. So I end up paying $28,000.
Yeah, plus, and I'm sure of the interest as well.
Yes.
Herman, we're gonna continue to follow up and be good, Herman. I know that you bounce back fully, right? But you said something earlier where you said, you know what I mean, a lot of these things just you know, it break you down a little bit, and I don't know if it permanently affects you in any kind of way, but I know that you're strong and you're going to get even stronger based on what happened to you and what you know what the future might be looking like. So as it relates to the lien that's on your property, I know that would get cleared up and you're gonna move forward much stronger, right, in the years to come.
Yes, because let me explain to you how the lien gets on my property. Listen, when there is, I have had about 5 or 6 different lawyers on this case. When there is a black lawyer, I can remember because she wrote a letter about it. This lawyer that is doing all this to me, he get in court before her, get the dirty work done, then he put a fine on her.
Right.
Now, when it is a white lawyer and those are his friends, what he do, he go in court and he get it kicked out, then he put the fine on me. He don't put it on his white friend anymore now. He put the fine on me. That's why I have a lien on the house. He will write the paper up and say improper. That means I don't have a lawyer. If you go the court file, you'll see all the corruption.
Right. Richard is saying that he could identify with you 100% as well. So there are people that are verifying and validating stuff like that happen to them. And it's not far-fetched.
Yes.
It's not far-fetched.
Yes, it's going on. It's going on, and I'm crying out loud. I want my people to hear.
Right.
You cannot trust these lawyers. I want everybody to hear this. It must stop. They're destroying us.
Right. Come on, we're out of time right now. We have to bounce. But listen, we're going to keep following up your story. And if any addition, anything happen going forward, you could always update us. And we'll definitely update your story here on the ride. All right, Herman?
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all your effort.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much for chatting with us. Herman there on the ride.
All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, guys. So listen.
You gotta be firm.
Listen, everyone.
You gotta be.
I know this to be a fact, right? Well, not to be a fact. I don't know it personally firsthand, right? But I had at least two friends of mine who brought this to my attention when they said, boy, listen, when you go to court for that child support thing as a man, the judge and them treat men hard and harsh, right? I mentioned a documentary. This guy, he got treated so bad one time, right, over child support, and his child, it's like they wanted to create some kind of major friction between he and the child. He didn't want to create that friction, so he just went ahead with it. But he was treated so unfair by the court. So it is factual that a lot of men do not get treated fair in court. And Herman just get the shitty end of the stick where that is concerned. He felt, as he said in his story here, he felt everybody was out to get him. First of all, he get into a situation, a relationship with someone that he probably, if he had to do it again, he wouldn't do it. Because as he explained, and I don't know if Herman do something to the woman, I don't know if something happened, something in her changed, I don't know if he had another woman on the side and she get to find out. I don't know what changed in their relationship, but as he said, and that's his story, and a story always have 3 sides, right? Because she probably watching this and say, that's not what happened. I did this because you did this, right? I don't know. I wasn't there. But a story had 3 sides. His side, her side, and then the truth. So it's someplace in the middle. So we don't know what happened there between them and the relationship. But Haman seems to believe that everything was after him. Everything was lined up against him. Even going back to after he married the woman. Right? And again, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But there's a lot of unanswered parts of the story, especially with the child support thing, and how she was able to maneuver. And he had a lawyer. I know Winsome was asking, did he represent himself? No, he said he did have a lawyer. He did have a lawyer. And even his lawyer was taking advantage of him financially as well. So it looked as if he was getting screwed left, right, and center. We'll keep following this up, guys. And listen, I feel it for the men who's going through this right now. And it's not a fabrication. It's not a fabrication, guys. I know a lot of men going through it, and they could identify with what's happening here. They could identify when they go and sit down in court, how they get treated, and how the system treat men. It seems as if they are after just separating the father from the child, which at the end of the day, it doesn't benefit the child in any kind of way, right? It happens. And I'm happy that Haman came out to outline this, because we don't hear a lot of men speaking out. A lot of time we don't hear men speaking out about situations like these. They keep it in. They don't speak out about domestic abuse situation. They keep it in. If you check, 80-90% of the time when you hear about domestic abuse, especially on Ride Along, is a woman coming and share a story of what, how she was treated by her husband and whatever. Tomorrow we have one such story. But in rare situations you hear the opposite. In fact, some men get abused and they can't even go to the police. Because when they go to the police would laugh at them and say, boy, why you come and talk about you're getting abused? Go home and take care of your situation. So it's tough. It's tough on men, guys. It's tough on men. Let me see if you guys want to chime in a little bit. Let me open up the phone lines, give you guys that quick 2 minutes. I know we're over time already, but if you guys want to call in right now and chime in really quickly, 718-701-5720. If you want to chime in really quickly on what you heard here today, what you understood, what you didn't understand, what is what and what is what. Richard said that I never used a lawyer in all my years. He did it all by his own. Yeah, Richard, you probably have a story to tell as well. So this is the number there, guys, 718-701-5720. If you want to call in and chat with me a little bit here, talk to me a little bit here, tell me about Haman's story, and if you could relate, if you can relate, if you understand, if you didn't understand, and the parts of it that you're really confused about a bit. 718-701-5720. They must avoid getting to court to maintain their child, do what they have to do. Yeah, Christine, and you're right, but a lot of times, well, many of times, we see that some parents, they just can't see eye to eye, right? They might make a decision, a mutual agreement. They don't go to court and they make a mutual agreement, and then one party breaking the agreement. And some parents, again, they don't want to see eye to eye with the other person. They don't want the person to come and drop off no money by the house. They don't want to come ringing their bell. They don't want to see them. All they want to know is that they pay whatever it is to take care of their kids. And the other day I was saying, we have to have a conversation about possibly child support reform, because I think that the first thing that they should try to do is try to see how they could bring the father, make the father a part of the child life, and don't put that rage between the child and the father, because I think a child needs both parents. Even if they can't coexist together, they could co-parent together. Don't separate the father and make the father feel like he shouldn't come around, or his obligation is just to pay and not provide for the child emotionally and physically. I think it's important that a father be there for a child as much as possible. But sometimes the courts don't see it like that. And some men don't feel like they're getting that justice from the court. All right. There are some really bad women out there. Wayne Francis is saying there are some really, really bad women. Some women, like in a lot of cases, and I ain't saying all, I ain't saying most either. In some cases, you find that some women. Nah, I ain't gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. Trouble awaiting me down the road. Alright guys, 718-701-5720. If you want to call in and chime in on the topic here, let me know if you learned anything from Herman's story as a man or as a woman, if you understand Herman's story at any point in time, or what is what and what is what. Okay? Alright guys, while we do that, let me tell you guys about a new project that we are engaging in. I think I shared it with you guys a while back that we are going to be doing a series of short films, right? A series of short films. And we are at the point right now that we are about to start. But before we start, we are doing a casting call. The series is called, it's going to be called Moral High Ground. That's going to be the series of mini films you're going to be seeing. Short films. It's going to be high quality produced, and we're taking some of the stories, right, and basically reenacting some of the stories. So we have true stories untold. It's called Moral High Ground. So if you, and listen, we wanna introduce some new faces, especially actors and actresses. So if you have any inspiration to be an actor or an actress, you want to try your hand at it. We're working with some high quality equipment, some really great producers, some really great directors, and you want to be a part of this, you could inbox us, and well, there definitely will be instances where we would need different people for various roles. So Moral High Ground again is a ride-along series, TV series, true stories untold. If you want to be a part of the cast of these stories, because again there'll be many different stories, give us a call, inbox us, WhatsApp us, and we will have you listed at some point in time to be a part of our series. Right? And it will be big, guys, so we want you guys to if you have any aspiration, this might be your big break. It's gonna be big. It's called Moral High Ground, true stories untold. That would be out pretty soon. Okay? Alright. Yeah. Also guys, we gotta tell you about our YouTube channel. We tell you guys about that all the time already. You guys know it. We want you to subscribe to us on YouTube with that link provided. Subscribe to us on YouTube, click that link. And also you could check out our 24 hours programming over on riderslive.com. That's riderslive.com. Okay, all right. All right. Yeah, Diana. Peter. Listen, guys, catch me tomorrow. This is Ridealong Live, where everyone have a story to tell. If you have a story to tell, please inbox us. We want to hear your story. I'm Junior George, signing off for today. Catch me again tomorrow. Peace out. Bye-bye.
Feeling hungry, grab a snack. Caribbean food delight. Jamaican patties, light and flaky. Caribbean food delight. Taste the difference. Caribbean food delight. Grab a patty, take a bite. Caribbean food delight. Quick and easy, grab a patty, take a bite. Caribbean food delight.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to TD Bank, where you'll find the personalized attention you deserve and the legendary experience you expect. Let's do business. If you are a medical or dental practitioner, contact me to hear about our tailored lending solutions for residential mortgages, equipment purchases, practice-related commercial mortgages and refinance. Visit me at 500 Baychester Avenue to hear more about our full range of personal and small business banking solutions. See you soon.
Williams Funeral Service serve you with dignity and compassion as you mourn. Every day, we embark on the journey of life, and one day, the journey will end. It's on that day that you can entrust the celebration of life of your loved ones to David Williams Funeral Service. Call 718-291-3823.